What's up, Piper friends? Welcome to Tim's School of Pipes, and class is in session. Today, I am smoking some Peterson Old Dublin. Never had this one before. They had a sale recently at Pipes and Cigars, and they had like a Peterson combo pack sort of thing where you got 3 or 4 tins for a discounted price. And this was one of the tins. Never had it, so I'm trying this one today. Ribbon cut English blend with a little bit of black Cavendish in there, but not really enough to make it a Scottish. Tin note here has that Latakia campfire smoke, but it's not really overwhelming. I get a little bit of Worcestershire, good bit of earthiness and mushroom, that savory umami type notes. A little bit sour and far less campfire than you do with most English blends. So it packs nicely. It didn't come overly moist, so there was no dry time required. Burns nice and cool, no tongue bite. I am smoking it today out of an old K Woody bent billiard. Beautiful pipe. I love the rustication on this particular pipe. My Zippo today is the Ace of Spades. The knife that I'm carrying is the Kershaw Culpeper Red Bone Barlow. This one is a slip joint. It is much bigger than the average Barlow knife, but I really love this one. D2 blade steel on here. Awesome knife. They did make it with black G10, but I really like these red bone covers. I think they are gorgeous. So I've got a bit of a red theme going on here today with my pipe, my knife, and my Zippo. It's just kind of meh. You know what I mean? I like English blends, and I prefer them on the stronger side. I want them to have, a bit of a punch, and this one just doesn't have it. It's not bad, but it's on the mild side. Get a little bit of campfire smoke, but not much. Some nuttiness. Tiny little bit of pepper on the retro hail, some mushroom notes. Just not a lot going on here for me. It's not something that I think is going to be a regular in my rotation. Really just doesn't do it for me. I prefer, a stronger English blend that packs some punch. GLPs, Gaslight, Maltese Falcon, things of that nature, but this one is just okay. So anyway, I want to talk a little bit about prepping and the shit hit the fan scenario. So with regard to shit hitting the fan, I think that is going to happen at some point. I think the global economy is going to collapse. I think there's going to be fuel shortages, energy shortages, currency devaluation. I'm not going to get into the reasons for all of that. It could be intentional, but that's for another video. I do think that they are going to intentionally collapse the world economy in order to get us on a one world digital currency. So I think they're looking at ways of intentionally collapsing the economy. I think they're going to intentionally shut down the power grid because they want to get us into smart cities. This is all part of the World Economic Forum or UN Agenda 2030 and the globalist agenda. I think the food supplies are going to be attacked. That there has been a war on farmers for quite some time. They've got this lab-grown meat now, and of course that ties into getting rid of cows. That ties into the climate agenda. We're not going to go into all the reasons, but I've been watching a lot of prepper channels, and a lot of them are basically just fear porn, clickbait stuff. A lot of those bigger channels, that's all they are. Oh my god, the end is happening, the end is near, nuclear war is going to happen tomorrow, shit's hitting the fan today. Then the other bigger channels are basically just shilling and pushing to sell equipment and gadgets that I think are useless. I have found a few good ones out there. I did a video recently where I said I think I am woefully unprepared. I have enough food for a week. I have some supplies, a few things to get by, but really I'm only prepared to make it through if the power goes out for a hurricane. But I think a lot of these prepper channels in just the short time that I've been watching them are completely focused on the wrong thing. I don't think all the gadgets in the world are going to save you. I think a lot of it is too focused on consumerism. And my thoughts are there's three main things that I'm going to focus on, and I think people need to focus on. Number one is developing community, other like-minded folks, because it's not going to be Mad Max, a lone wolf out there, making it on his own. That's bullshit. I don't think you're going to make it very far or very long that way. So community, obviously food and water. And I don't just mean stockpiling food and water, I mean growing food, which is a skill. Knowing how to plant, how to harvest, how to store that food, how to can that food, and how to collect water, how to purify water, which leads me into the third thing, which is skills. So I think the three most important things are community, food and water, and skill set. I really think skill set is underrepresented in the prepping community. Most of the videos I see are focused on stockpiling food, buying a bunch of gadgets, or the end of the world. Oh my God, how are you going to survive a nuclear war? Well, the fact is you're not. You're not, bro. You're not. Okay? If you're within a 100-mile radius, you're not. You might survive initially, but you won't very long after that. I think skills is really important, like food skills, I already mentioned, and water skills, growing vegetables. Not everybody lives in an area where you can have livestock or poultry, but growing vegetables, foraging for food, hunting, large game and small game, and not only hunting, but skinning and processing, and then storing that and curing that meat. What happens if the power's out and you can't put it in the freezer? Do you know how to salt cure it? And first aid skills, trauma skills. If everything collapses and the shit hits the fan, then you're going to need some first aid skills, because I promise you're going to be a lot more physically active than you were before, because it's going to be necessary. Bushcraft skills, using a knife, using a hatchet, using an axe, how to build things with primitive skills, repair and building. The infrastructure, and your infrastructure without power, without water, is going to quickly decay and get dilapidated. Do you know how to repair it? Do you know how to take care of your own plumbing? If you have a plumbing issue, can you fix your own roof? Navigation. Can you navigate anywhere without the Maps app on your phone? Can you navigate on foot? Do you have maps to be able to navigate? What if you don't have maps? Do you know how to use a compass? And then the last thing I think is physical fitness. If the shit hits the fan, regardless of why or how, physical fitness is going to become hugely important, because everything you do to survive is going to require a level of physical fitness. I am certainly not the most physically fit. There was a day not that long ago where I was much more physically fit than I am now, but after back surgery and retiring from coaching and getting older, I'm certainly not there. It would be very difficult for me. So just my thoughts on that. Some things that I think are more important that a lot of channels don't talk about. Some of them are, but not a lot. Community, food and water skills, other skills, which include food, water, first aid, bushcraft, repairing, building, navigating, and then physical fitness. So that's what I'm going to focus on. I'm no pro, but that's my game plan. So there you go. Just wanted to talk about that today. As always, I appreciate you for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Am I way off base here? If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Just click my logo right over there. That's it for this episode of Tim's School of Pipes. Boys and girls, class dismissed.